Hi, welcome back to a new reading vlog. It's Monday, it's January 3rd, it's my last week of freedom, I was gonna say. Last week of vacation before I start working again. And I just want to get some reading done since last week went exceptionally well. So, this week I am going to try to finish some of the books from my TBR pile of shame. I will link the original video with my books that is actually on my TBR pile of shame down below, so you can check it out because there's a couple of books there. But the books I will be reading this week is The Priory of the Ornish Tree by Samantha Shannon. I started this like when it came out. I feel like I read 20 pages in it, 25 or something like that. And then last week I read like 60 pages or something, 68 I think. So now I'm just gonna continue on with it because I read 117 pages in total and there's like 600 left. More than 600 to say. So I'm gonna continue this because I feel like it's time to actually finish it. Because I feel like this book has been out since like 2019 or something like that, so I feel like it's time. I don't really know a lot about this one, but it's supposed to be like dragons and like war and shit, and there's supposed to be like sort of these worms, I think they called, sort of dragon-like creatures as well. And, you know, magic and royalty and stuff like that. And I get the feeling it's going to be LGBTQ plus representation. So we'll see if I'm correct about that. But yeah, this is like the first book I'm going to read because I just really want to tackle it and be finished with it at some point. So we have that book, and then I don't know honestly how much I'll be reading since I'm kind of tired from last week's excursion. But when I do finish the Priory of the Tree, because I freaking will this time, then I'm going to pick up Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. This was one of the books I had for like try a chapter tag like 2 years ago or something, and so I've read the first chapter but I never continued on with this. And this is an adult fantasy, which is all my jam right now. That's all I want to read, to be honest, so I feel like this is the perfect time to continue on with it. The second book is definitely out. I think the third is coming out this year, not sure, but it's a thing. At least it has a cover, it has a title, so yeah. And I don't really remember what this one is about, except like there's a girl trying to like steal something, I think. Okay, let's just read it. Sansia Grado is a thief, and a damn good one, and her latest target, a heavily guarded warehouse on Taiwanese docks, is nothing her unique abilities can't handle. But unbeknownst to her, Sansa's been sent to steal an artifact of unimaginable power, an object that could revolutionize the magical technology known as scribing. Okay, so there's magic too, all for that. The merchant houses who control this magic, the art of using coded commands to imbue everyday objects with sentience, have already used it to transform Tevani into a vast, remorseless capitalist machine. But if they can unlock the artifact's secrets, they will rewrite the world itself to suit their aims. Now someone in those houses wants Sansia dead and the artifact for themselves, and in the city of Tivan, nobody has the power to stop them. But there are those who may have the courage to fight alongside Sansia, like the hackers who practice scribing in secret, half a step ahead of the house's thugs, or the technological wizards who's bartered his soul for political power, and beneath his cynicism may be desperate for a chance to redeem it, or the constable whose eagerness to bring Sansa to justice is matched only by his need to hold the powerful accountable for their sins. To have a chance at surviving and at stopping the deadly transformation that's underway, Sansa will have to marshal these unlikely allies, learn to harness the artifact's power for herself, and undergo her own transformation, one that will turn her into something she could never have imagined. So it sounds pretty cool, and if I do like it, there's more books in the series, so I like that. And I've heard great things about this book and series in general, so I feel like it's a good choice. So yeah, those are basically the two books I definitely want to read this week, and since I'm on vacation, I should be able to do it. Like I said, I have a lot more books that is like on this list. Honestly, I have like 2 new books that wasn't on that list, but it's on that list right now. So we'll see how it goes with that. But these two are the books I'm going to read now because they've been on my TBR pile of shame for a long time, and I've owned them for a long time, so they're shelf warmers as well. So yeah, and also The Priory of the Orange Tree is also one of the books that was self-destruct in 12 months if I don't read it before. So there's several reasons to read this one. But yeah, that is basically my TBR. If I have time to read anything more, I will. So yeah, bye bye.
Oh, it will blow up. And I was actually really surprised and scared by my own reaction because I thought, wow. It was this horrible thrill of power.
Right.
Feeling like I've had that man.
Yeah, sure.
Just pointing my one there.
So I just finished watching the Harry Potter reunion, and honestly, like, it was good, guys, because like they go through different parts from the videos and the different directors and stuff and the different actors from each movie. Admittedly, I would have wanted the reunion to be a lot longer than the 1 hour and 38 minutes, because there's really quickly going through the different movies. Since there's 8 movies, there's a lot to talk about, but so they just choose different scenes and everything like that. But it was really hilarious, the ones that they did talk about, because it was really funny. But at the same time, we were missing some actors, of course. Some have passed away. Some were just not there for whatever reason, I do not know. But I really wish that Michael Gambon, Maggie Smith, like, come on you guys, Julie Walters, David Huey, like, we needed you guys there. But yeah, it was so much fun to watch. Made me a little bit teary-eyed. And the ending though, genius, honestly. And definitely knew it was the ending, because hello Potterheads, unite. But yeah, it was so good, so emotional. But yeah, she's like 255, and I haven't read a single page because I've been busy watching Harry Potter reunion. So I feel like I need to get a handle of my life and try to remedy that, because I also have like a lot of editing to do, because I haven't uploaded a video in like 5 weeks or something. And yeah, it's because I've been editing my bookshelf tour from 2021, which I still haven't uploaded because it takes forever and I just don't want to edit anymore. I can't handle it. But yeah, I need to get that up, and also need to finish editing my vlog from last week, and then I have like other movies as well I haven't edited. So editing, then reading, perhaps, just a little bit at least. So I'll see you guys next, hopefully with a reading update. So I am back from a trip into town. I bought a book, and Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, which my friend Jamie was talking very well about yesterday, and she was loving it. And I know book 2 comes out very soon. So it also has a Hugo, Nebula, and a Locus Award nomination. So sounds good. It's not that thick though, but I don't know. It says a god will return when the earth and sky converge under the black sun. That's basically all I want to know. But yeah, it sounds cool. And yeah, what I've been reading. So yesterday I managed to get like page 203, I think, in Priory of the Orange Tree. So I didn't really read much during the day. The majority of things I read like right before bed, so I was up quite late, but what else new? And I read a little bit when I was in the city while having my little fika. So now I'm on page 255. So I still haven't read that much. I have a long way to go, but I am finally starting to feel like I'm connected with the story. I enjoyed the characters a little bit more. I actually want to know what the frick is going to happen. Definitely see a romance coming on, and yeah, the magic's interesting as well. I do love dragons, so I'm happy to see a little bit more of that. But yeah, it just took me a little bit longer than usual to get like into the story, because maybe all of the characters ain't like the best explained when you get to meet them for the first time, so that was a little bit confusing, but it definitely grows on you. So yeah, I'm excited to find out what else is gonna happen. So I don't think I actually updated you yesterday, so it's currently Thursday. It's January 6th, so it's a red day, so we have some time off work, even though I would have taken vacation anyways. But yeah, last night was a really late night. We're at my twin sister's place with a boyfriend, and we played some games, so came home very late, which you can totally tell. So yeah, I read, I think, about 40 pages of the Priory. So when I started this morning, I was on page 316. So I do have a lot left to read, and to be fair, today I've read like 15 pages tops. And we're going to my parents soon, like in 40 minutes. My dad's gonna pick us up, so I don't really have that much reading time today, so let's see how it goes. But I'm currently reading the Priory on my e-reader, because that's the quick way to go at it. So yeah, and I do have to get ready soon as well, so we'll see. But yeah, I am enjoying the book so far. We like, one of the last things that happened when I read yesterday was like an attack, and it was interesting. Definitely saw it coming, but like the characters kind of did that too, so it's interesting. We've got some dragon action now, and we're starting to see like how different characters are connected and how they know each other and stuff like that. And there's definitely like one character definitely is like on a tight schedule, so to speak. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's a quick read when you do get into it, and yeah, those are basically my thoughts. I don't really have that much to say, because I haven't really read that much since last update anyway, guys. But I wanted to show you. Hi, Lance. Are we snuggling? Are we snuggling? I think we're snuggling. She's like sleeping right next to my thigh. Have to be as close as possible, aren't we, Lance? So I just filmed my November and December wrap up, which you can see by that. And I didn't read much book-wise. Pages pretty good. But I just put the books I read into the shelf, and look at this beauty. Look at that. Whoosh. So Dragon Republic from November, and then Ruin and Wrath from December, and now it's just all white here. And have you seen like the pattern here? To be honest, like, we have Brandon Sanderson, mostly white, some other colors as well, and then we have these are also white. Some of my favorite series, 3 of which are all white. Does that tell you anything? Read adult fantasy that are white, because you may or may not like them. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. And I also put Cytonic, which is book 3 in the Skyward series, into the shelf, and it looks amazing. But I feel like this is going to be my favorite shelf forever, because it just is. So we have the Brandon Sanderson shelves right here, the 2, and then it's moving on to here, because this has also been like really good books on this shelf always. But now it's like 6 of Crows. Awesome. And then Poppy War, and then The Faithful and the Fallen, the Illuminate files, and then admittedly I don't love Renegades or anything, but before I put all the beautiful white books there was Wonder Woman Warbringer on this shelf, and now that's a good book. But yeah, it's looking really beautiful, and admittedly I should be updating you guys about what I've read. So yesterday I ended up reading like 43 pages, which is not a lot. Admittedly I wasn't home the entire day, but still, not a lot. And today she is currently 2:30, and I have read exactly 0 pages. And I feel really, really good about it. That was a joke. So like I'm struggling a little bit. I feel like maybe I burnt out a little bit last week because I read so freaking much, and this week is not going good. But I have still hopes because I really do want to read Foundryside. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I should have started with that. But I mean, the Priory of the Ornish Tree, it's good. There's some shit happening. I'm almost halfway through, according to my e-reader, 44% through. And it's a behemoth, and it is on my 12 books that was self-destruct this year, so I really should read it. But right now, I kind of want to take a walk to clear my mind a little bit, because I'm getting a little bit sluggish. But if we look through the window, it's kind of raining, kind of looking a little bit gray. Kind of not. Or actually, it's the perfect walking weather actually, because I like walking when it's raining. Can't help it. So I'm gonna pick up some packages for my fiance because he's at work and I'm not, so figured that would be a little bit nice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and then when I get back, I'll try to read some, because it's Friday and I usually read like barely anything on Fridays, but I've been home all day, so I feel like I should be reading some. And also I would like to finish Priory of the Ornish Tree this week, so we can actually continue on with Foundryside, because adult fantasy, that's a horrible light. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to update you later and being able to say I read. But yeah, let's take a walk.
So I'm going to try and summarize each book as well as give you all my thoughts on them. I did that with my Goosebumps video. I think it worked pretty well. Yeah, with the first book, so we had 5 kids. There was Jake, Cassie, Tobias, Marco and Rachel. Oh my god, I remembered all the names. I'm terrible with that.
Oh, I have finished The Priory of the Ornish Tree by Samantha Shannon. It took me like 19 days to finish this. I mean, it's a hunker for sure. If we the glossary and stuff, then it's like 805 pages. But what did I think about this book? I'm not really sure myself. Like I told you guys in the beginning that I was having trouble getting into it because there wasn't like enough character descriptions and stuff like that, so it's hard to create my own pictures in my mind, which is something I really need to be able to do when I read books, because that makes it so much better. And it took me like 200-ish pages to get into the story. And then like the middle part was quite interesting. There was some action going on, and there was like magic and like cutthroats and dragons and shit, and that was quite interesting. And that kept me on reading. But then after reading that for like 200 pages, I kind of lost interest again. And then the rest of the book I just did not give a shit, to be fair. So it was like 200 pages I was invested, and the rest not so much. Having said that though, it's not like an awful book or anything, because I ended up giving it like 3 stars. But yeah, I can't really like describe it any better than that. Just not enough character description, not enough like interesting events, and not like, I don't know, something was missing to fill out the book. I felt like it was so freaking long and not enough happened, and it was just a lot of character based, which makes no sense since it wasn't described very well, and I have no idea what people look like. And I was right about the LGBTQ plus representation, which, I mean, if you look at Goodreads, you would have seen that right away, but I haven't done that in years before actually picking up the book and read it. So yeah, I was right about that part, and I mean, that was done pretty well, I think. So I appreciated that. It's just the storyline was kind of meh to me. So yeah, it ended on a 3 stars because, I mean, I was invested for a little bit at least, and it wasn't like god awful or anything. It was okay. So yeah, that's what I thought about this book. It's kind of meh. So I've finished Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is an adult fantasy, which I think I've told you guys before. It's basically about this girl, oh god, I suck at names. We meet this girl Sansia, and she's basically a thief, and she has been sort of hired to steal an object, a scribed object. That's basically like you put like runes and basically like rune-like symbols on stuff, and it will give them like special properties and like different powers and stuff. And she's supposed to steal one item for her client, but shit goes awry, to say the least, and doesn't really go according to plan. And then all of a sudden she is basically hunted down for, you know, keeping the stolen object and stuff like that. And I mean, it was an interesting concept with like described objects and stuff like that, and I liked the characters, and there was definitely a lot of stuff happening, so it was quite action-packed, and also a lot of different really like smart, cool female characters, which I enjoyed. There's LGBTQ plus representation in this book, which I enjoyed, but the love interest for Sansia was kind of like out of the blue. Usually I feel like I can tell pretty quickly if an author is trying to like get two characters to have like chemistry because they're gonna like have a thing going on, but this time it was very much out of the blue, and I didn't see it coming at all, and I felt like they have zero chemistry because I don't know, maybe he wanted them to, you know, be unpredictable as a pairing. I don't know, I just didn't see it coming and I didn't really fall for it, and I hope they get like more chemistry in the second book if they're still together. I don't know. That having said, like, they're not like officially together or anything, they're just like each other, I suppose. But yeah, that was a little bit weird. But yeah, it was very eventful. It was a quick read, and I definitely think I'm going to continue on with the series. I don't own any of the other books, but I know the second book's out. I think the third book is supposed to come out like spring 2022, so pretty soon, I think. But yeah, I enjoyed this one, so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, I think. So yeah, it was a good read, and I love some adult fantasy. So if we're going to like wrap up this vlog, which has been going on for so freaking long, honestly, I'm just gonna tell you guys a wrap up, I guess. I think I told you guys before that this was a 3 out of 5 star, but I'm just happy to have read it, to cross it off my TBR. But I think this is a standalone, but if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't continue on with the series. And I feel like more dragons, people, and more character descriptions. So yeah, I think this one has pretty good ratings, to be honest, on Goodreads, like over 4 stars, I think, last time I checked, but yes, it wasn't completely for me. Having said that though, not bad. And then this one, like I said, was pretty good as well, and I definitely want to continue with the series. And I know that Robert Jackson Bennett has like another series, Stairs, what is it called? The Divine Cities trilogy. I don't know what the name was of the actual books, but I've seen them circling booktube. So yeah, maybe I'll pick that up if I end up really enjoying this trilogy. We'll see. But I am really happy about it's so heavy. I'm so happy about having finishing this, because these have been on my like TBR pile of shame for so long, because picked them up like Foundryside. I think I told you guys before, but this was like on a try a chapter tag video that I did, and didn't end up choosing this book, so never picked it up again after that. And then Priory I've picked up like twice previously and just never continued on with it. And also Priory is on my 12 books that will self-destruct this year, and I haven't read a lot of those books. I've read 2 or 3 maybe, I think, out of 12, and they will self-destruct in September, so I really need to get a hang on it. But yeah, I'm really happy about having read these chunkers. I did read like a manga and an audiobook in the middle of these two, but as well. But yeah, it took me a long time to read this, so that's kind of a shame, but yeah, pretty good after all, because it was a 3-star and a 4-star, so I mean, that's pretty good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will probably do like a part 3, because I have more books that I've started and have not yet finished, so that will be happening hopefully soon, because I feel like I just need to finish books I've started, because I don't really do like previously. I very often read like 4 or 5 books at the same time and like switched between them until I found a book that was completely hooked on, and then finished that one and then went back to the other ones. But I don't really do that anymore. Like I have a physical book, maybe an audiobook at the same time. I usually have the physical book also on my e-reader, so I can read it when it's dark out and stuff like that, so my fiance can actually sleep. Sometimes I have a different book on my e-reader, like some contemporary or romance or whatever. But yeah, I don't really read a lot of books at the same time anymore, so hopefully this list will run out eventually, but I might be doing try a chapter tag again sometime in the future. I don't know, but first of all, I just think I should finishing the books I do have. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though I feel like I didn't update you guys that much, to be fair. But yeah, it was a fun experiment as always, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!